All right, so we're diving into hockey today.
Yeah.
And specifically, a moment between Evgeni Malkin and Nikita Zadorov
Right.
during a Penguins-Bruins game. And, I got to say,
Yeah.
at first glance, it just seemed like, just another on-ice scuffle.
Right.
But something about this one really stood out to you.
Yeah, I think what was really interesting here is that it brings up this question about, where's the line between passion and just like straight up unsportsmanlike conduct in hockey.
Right.
And, specifically this incident happened during the first period, Friday night Penguins-Bruins game. And it was, Zadorov was on the bench at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was on the bench.
So he wasn't even on the ice.
Yeah, he wasn't even on the ice. And he was kind of poking at Malkin, who was on the ice.
Okay, so like a bench side poke.
Yeah. Yeah, and then things escalated pretty quickly.
Okay.
Malkin retaliated. He slashed Zadorov.
Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty standard, but you said something stood out to you about this one.
Yeah, well, so, obviously the refs didn't let it slide, right?
Right.
Malkin got a minor penalty for slashing. Zadorov got 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
They both got fined. And they both got fined the maximum.
What does that mean, the maximum?
The maximum allowable fine, which is $5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah, for each of them.
Wow. I mean, I get that hockey players, they make good money.
Right.
But $5,000, that's got to sting a little bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think it really, it kind of shows how seriously the NHL is taking this.
Yeah.
And this is where, like, the CBA comes in.
Okay, so the CBA.
Yeah, so it's the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay.
It's basically like the rule book that the NHL and the Players Union agree on.
Okay.
So it covers everything from contracts and salaries.
Oh, wow. So it's a lot more than just...
It's a big document.
Okay.
It's like the Bible of hockey. And, and punishments for this kind of stuff, so...
So that the 5,000 is written right into...
Oh, yeah, that's the maximum allowed.
Okay.
And no more.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So at least there's a silver lining here, right?
Yeah.
That 10,000 in total doesn't just disappear.
Right.
It goes to the Players Emergency Assistance Fund.
Exactly. So it's, it's going towards something good.
Okay. That's good. At least something good came out of this whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But this isn't the first time either of these guys have gotten in trouble, is it?
No, it's not.
I mean, Malkin especially, I feel like he has a little bit of a reputation.
Yeah, he's been suspended multiple times for stick infractions.
Oh, okay.
Including, I think it was a 4-game suspension last year.
Wow.
For cross-checking someone.
Oh, wow.
So...
Yeah, he
plays with passion.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe a little too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Malkin has a history, but what about Zadorov?
Yeah.
Was this his first run-in with the league?
No, he was suspended for 2 games last season.
Okay.
For an illegal check to the head.
Wow.
And he was also fined for cross-checking Connor McDavid.
Did we cross-check McDavid?
Yeah, that's a bold move.
Yeah, that is a bold move.
Yeah.
So the NHL is clearly trying to, send a message here.
Yeah.
But is fining these guys really the best way to get them to change their behavior?
That's a good question.
Couldn't it almost have the opposite effect?
Yeah.
I can just, buy my way out of trouble.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And it's something that the league is constantly grappling with.
Oh, okay.
Because they're trying to find that balance between, player safety,
right,
but also, the physical, intense nature of the sport.
Right, and it's hockey.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough.
Exactly. It's in the DNA of the game.
So are fines and suspensions, are those really, effective deterrents, I guess is the question?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
What actually works?
Yeah.
And is there a better way?
Right. Nobody really has the answer yet.
It makes you think about, the role of emotions and all this, too.
Yeah.
Hockey's a game of passion, but
absolutely.
Where's the line?
Where do you draw that line?
Yeah.
Right, between passion and unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yeah, and I feel like this whole incident with Malkin and Zadorov really highlights that fine line.
It does. It's a great example of that because, they're both incredible athletes, obviously.
Right.
But, they also have this responsibility for their actions out there on the ice.
Right. It wasn't just some, random scuffle.
Yeah, there's a back and forth
that
escalated and, makes you think about Zadorov's intentions with the poke in the first place.
Yeah, was he trying to...
Yeah, was it a calculated move just to,
get under Malkin's skin?
Yeah, get in his head.
Yeah.
Knowing that, Malkin's going to retaliate.
Yeah. And how does this all fit into, this bigger...
The rivalry between
scene.
the Penguins and the Bruins. Yeah. That's fascinating.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack there.
So what does this all mean for you? I mean, does this incident change how you view either player at all?
I don't know if it changes my view of them as players, but it definitely, it kind of makes me think about the responsibility that they have, both to themselves, but to like the game as a whole.
Okay, yeah.
And I think the NHL, it's tough, because they want that raw passion.
Right, they don't want to.
But they got to keep people safe.
Right.
So it's a tightrope walk.
Well, it definitely gives us a lot to think about.
For sure.
Thanks for diving into this with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was great.
Anytime.
Yeah, thanks again.
All right.
We'll talk soon.
All right, see you.
There's good.
See ya.